Now, the Nicki Minaj backlash, you might have seen a thing or two about it on social media. Nicki was and is currently trending for something she said about the vaccine, and yeah, I have a couple things to say about it, so yeah. Let's talk about it. Now, Nicki Minaj, been a while since I've talked about Nicki, man. Anyway, like I said though, she's currently trending for a couple things she said about the vaccine on Twitter. So Nicki was on Twitter talking to the Barbs. Her fans were wondering why she didn't show up to the MTV Video Music Awards, which went down the other day. She revealed on this tweet that she apparently caught the Rona. I was prepping for VMAs, then I shot a video, and guess who got COVID? Do you know what it is to not be able to kiss or hold your tiny baby for over a week? She said on this tweet. And then she also put up another tweet saying, they want you to get vaccinated for the Met. The Met is the Met Gala, by the way. If I get vaccinated, it won't be for the Met. It'll be once I feel I've done enough research. I'm working on that now. In the meantime, my loves, be safe. Wear the mask with 2 strings that grips your head and face, not the loose one. So this tweet alone sparked up a lot of controversy, specifically the part where she says, I'll get vaccinated when I feel like I've done enough research. The media instantly picked this up and people were right after this tweet going off on her. And then after that, Nicki put up this tweet right here and said, my cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision, not bullied. Now after this tweet, all hell broke loose. The mainstream media picked it up and started reporting on it. Nicki then responded back to some of the headlines saying that the media is clearly misinterpreting what she said on purpose. Please show me where I said I'm worried about anything. Yes, I'm glad you guys got to see how the media really works. I'll have them contacted along with others, she said on this tweet responding to the headlines. Nicki's right on this end, by the way. She actually never said I'm not gonna get vaccinated or don't get vaccinated. All she said was my cousin's friend got it, became impotent, and his balls got big as shit. With that being said, even though she never said it outright, I guess a case could be made for the fact that that's what she's insinuating. And then regarding her cousin's friend's balls, obviously an anecdotal piece of information. However, I don't think it's fair to claim that her decision to not take it is solely based on that. There could be a handful of reasons why she still hasn't taken it. And on top of that, she did actually encourage people to take it on this tweet when she said, a lot of countries won't let people work without the vaccine. I would definitely recommend they get the vaccine. They have to feed their families. I'm sure I'll be vaccinated as well because I have to go on tour, etc. So on top of her encouraging it, it looks like she might actually take it. I have a couple things to say about this entire thing though, man. First of all, I don't think it's fair how Nicki's words are getting misinterpreted on purpose. I'm mainly referring to how headlines like this are being written. Nicki Minaj says she refused to get vaccinated, and that's obviously not the case. I can, or anybody for that matter, can't speak on if she's gonna take it or not. That's something only she can answer for now. And on top of that, she's not completely opposed to taking it. I'll be vaccinated once I feel like I've done enough research, is what she said specifically. And then after that, she obviously gave the anecdotal piece of info about her cousin's friend's balls. That's the last time I'll be saying balls, by the way. Now, when Nicki's talking about doing her own research, by the way, I think it's safe to say that Nicki Minaj won't be cooped up in a lab like a damn scientist. There's plenty of actual research on a vaccine available, so it's out there. Doing research really just means I'm gonna read a bunch of articles on the internet. It's not like Nicki has a PhD in medicine. She's a rapper. With that being said, man, Nicki can do what she wants to do. I don't think she should be crucified for not taking the vaccine. That is up to her. She can do what she wants to do. In this case right here though, she's obviously getting all this backlash for her comments because she has a platform that's highly influential, and her fans, the Barbs, will use Nicki's cousin's friend becoming impotent as their research, and that is a problem for sure. You guys already know how I feel about stan culture, so I'm not gonna go on an extensive rant regarding that, but I will say this: stans blindly following what their fave says isn't unheard of. Anyone who looks at what Nicki said regarding the vaccine and doesn't take it solely because Nicki hasn't taken it is dumb. You shouldn't avoid taking it because she hasn't done it. You should avoid taking it because that's what you want to do. And if that happens, by the way, so be it. I'm not here to judge anyone who doesn't take it. You do you. I could honestly care less because I'm gonna do me. Obviously, this entire vaccine conversation has been heavily politicized. I think we all know that. So this public outrage against Nicki has very little to do with people caring about her health and more to do with how her words can influence the people who follow her as it relates to taking the vaccine or not. We also got to bring up the fact that historically, us black people, we've essentially been used as guinea pigs and lab rats to be experimented on. So some of that hesitancy Nicki's feeling towards the vaccine might be because of what's happened in history. An example of what I'm talking about, by the way, is the Tuskegee syphilis experiment, an experiment/study that started back in 1932. 600 African American men were enrolled as participants. 399 of them had syphilis. The purpose of this study was to examine the full progression of syphilis, and that's what happened. They examined the disease. However, the participants, the hundreds of black men in this study, were being lied to the whole time. They weren't being treated. As a matter of fact, they were being given placebos like aspirin and mineral supplements disguised as treatment for syphilis. 15 years into the study, so in 1947, penicillin was the recommended treatment for syphilis, but the doctors from the public health service who were running this evil experiment convinced local physicians in the area to not treat the hundreds of black men who were in the study properly. Slowly but surely, as the syphilis was left untreated, some of the men started going blind, others insane, and others unfortunately started dying. Now, this experiment went on for 40 whole years. That was until a reporter by the name of Jean Heller, big shout out to her, broke the story in 1972. Her article caused a public outrage which forced the study to finally shut down. And for this reason, feeling a sense of hesitancy towards anything that has to do with vaccines isn't uncommon in the black community. And that is because, historically, we haven't been looked out for. Quite the opposite, actually. Definitely something to consider when we're talking about this Nicki situation. But yeah, the Nicki Minaj backlash. Do you have any thoughts on this whole thing? Any thoughts on the backlash Nicki's receiving for what she said? Definitely let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about this.